Hello, everyone. I am Cool Cat Terry, and this is Just a Glimpse.
Just a glimpse, not your average podcast. Are you ready to get angry? Covering
Movies,
gaming, politics. Just a glimpse.
All right, welcome everybody. Today we are celebrating the beginning of season 3 of Just a Glimpse. So welcome one and all, whether you are new or you've been, following along with the show. Today we are discussing racism within Black Twitch and Twitter. Does it exist? Find out. Content creation has been a part of my life for the last 6 years. I first got my start dabbling on Twitch back in 2015, and then as I was on my journey to grow on Twitch, I also did a little dabbling here and there on YouTube. I decided that Twitch was more of my personal thing, as I liked the live experience, and back then YouTube wasn't really formatted for live streams. It was just real quick little videos that you would watch. So being that I've been on this journey for so long, I have seen a lot of things come and go, and a lot of things get innovated and improve, and vice versa. One of the things I have noticed is racism. Racism is not anything new. I mean, we've all know about racism. Racism has been around in society since the beginning. We've always been a species that judges people based on how they look or how they act, fashion, what have you. Content creation, however, has taken its own little turn. Now, this isn't anything new, like I said. Being on Twitch for the last 6 years, I have always noticed that people tend to want to stay in their own little cliques, which is fine for the most part until they take it to the extreme. What do I mean by this? Some examples would be within content creators. Sometimes people will want to gravitate towards maybe a certain genre. If you only do food streams, maybe you would want to gravitate to people who work on that medium. You have other people that you can discuss things with and get ideas from, and things like that. That's fine. It's a genre of video game, RPGs, first-person shooters, puzzle games, horror games, whatever. You may gravitate to those groups of people. For the most part, that's pretty fine. That's innocent stuff. You're going to find your fan base. You're going to find people that have similar likes and tastes, and that's fine. Now, what do I mean when I say take things to the extreme? What I mean by this, gatekeeping, which also then leads to segregation, which then leads to racism, sexism, and any other kind of isms we can think about today, because everything's been just gone out of control. For several years now, Twitch has introduced the ability for content creators who have achieved partnership to create Twitch teams, which then allows them to invite other content creators to create content within that team to help market and grow their streams within that community. Overall, this is a great idea. It helps people who want to support one another be able to do so a lot easier. But with people being people, we have to take everything to the extreme and start putting our own ideologies on top of these ideas. And what I mean by that is, instead of simply saying, hey, I really like this particular content creator, and I want to support other content creators that support this content creator because they have similar content, we're going to go and say, hey, this team is no longer going to be looked at based on the quality of your content, how entertaining you are. It is instead going to dictate who can join the said team based on your race or your gender, your sexual orientation, your religion, culture, what have you. This is a no-no. This is very common, and this upsets me to no end because it's been getting exacerbated over the last few years due to the political atmosphere of the United States. Now, before I start going into further detail, I need to also disclaim that I fell into this trap myself years ago. I thought it would be a good idea to join certain communities that fit things that I used to identify myself, such as female. So I would go and join communities for female content creators. And back then, I didn't think there was any harm to it. But then I started to see certain trends and how people start to treat other people within these groups. And then eventually I started to really wake up and see what was really going on. See the big picture. What's going on is you're creating a community that is gatekeeping and you're segregating. You are saying you can't come here because you don't fit X, Y, or Z. Whether that's you can't join us because you don't identify as female. Or maybe you have a community that says you can't come here because you are not black. You can't come here because you are not trans. You cannot come here because you are not insert whatever you want to insert into that category. See where I'm going with this? This is not how things should be done. People should be supporting creators because they genuinely like the content that creator is creating. Whether they find the people to be very informative. Maybe they have very good news takes. Maybe they make very creative recipes and you like watching different food being created. Maybe you enjoy music and you want to watch musicians. Maybe you like their gameplay. Maybe you just like their personality and they're just very funny and entertaining to you. These are all fantastic reasons to support a content creator. Nobody, and I mean nobody, should ever decide, you know what, I'm only going to support people that are black. I'm only going to support people who are trans. I'm only going to support people who are gay, lesbian, Christian, what have you. You should be looking at the quality of their content, not any identity politics that you want to throw in there to make you feel like you're doing something good. You're not doing anything good. You're just adding to the evil that is segregation, racism, sexism, all the things that you keep advocating that you're fighting against, you are fueling instead. Why am I fired up about this? I want to show you. Recently on Twitter, I've been seeing more and more commentary from other creators using their own personal identity politics to complain about why their content isn't succeeding. This right here is a prime example of such comment that I have seen recently that pretty much spurred this conversation. This individual here put, all my black streamers, please starts, improper grammar, please starts using the tag #black before going live in your settings. This allows us to find you when filtering. Stay beautiful. Let's dig into this. If we were to replace one word, people would realize and call it out for what it is. This is a racist tweet. You're gonna look at me, how is it? This is building up black content creators. This is segregating them. This is being racist towards other content creators. If you were to replace the word black with white, say, hey, all white streamers, make sure you use the white hashtag so we can find you better, you would probably be like, whoa, stop there. Why do you need special attention? That's not right. Well, then why is it right for someone to say, hey, everybody who's black, you should use this tag? That's not right. Hey, everybody who's Latino, use this tag. Hey, everybody who's trans. And yeah, I want to call out the trans community because they threw a huge stink for years on Twitch to have a very special tag made for them. All that does is separate them from the LGBTQ community, trying to give them special privileges over the rest of the community and act like they need to have a bigger spotlight than the rest who had to go through their social justice fight. This is just identity politics. What makes your content great? Why was someone going to want to watch you over somebody else? These are the things that you should be asking yourself so you can make your content great, so you can grow and make sure that your viewers keep coming back. If someone's just going to go and search for people who are specifically only, let's say, black, and they refuse to watch anybody else, that sounds pretty racist, doesn't it? That nobody else is good enough? Everybody else is maybe inferior, not worth your time? I'm not going to watch anybody who is Middle Eastern or Asian or Latino or anything else. I'm only going to watch black creators. That's not right. Racism is just getting stronger and stronger, and I wish people would just realize it. Everybody wants to push this social justice narrative to make it feel like they're doing something good, when all they're doing is making the problem worse. I'm tired of also seeing people use the race card and play the victim. If you're not growing as a content creator, it's not because you're black or any other race. Maybe you're not growing as a content creator because, I'll say it, maybe your content sucks. Or maybe your content is the exact same content that anybody who's watching Twitch can find from anybody else on Twitch. You're not doing anything to stand apart. You're not being creative. You're not innovating. One of the biggest issues I have when you go to a content creator on Twitch and you ask them, why should I watch you over somebody else? What's your pitch? You're going to hear pretty much the same thing from everybody. Oh, well, my stream is fantastic. We are super inclusive. This is a safe space. We treat everybody like family here, and we just want to have a good time. Okay? You and the other 100,000 plus people on Twitch. So again, why should I watch you over somebody else? And then you get a blank face because they have nothing else to say. That's your problem. If you can't further separate your content from the average little pitch that everybody else gives, then you're not special. You have given people no reason to watch you. Oh, maybe your pitch is, well, I dress up in cosplay. I'm like, okay, there's definitely a market for that. There's people that enjoy checking out cosplayers. What are you doing that's going to keep people coming back? Now we run into the issue of, you're not doing anything special. You're just dressing up. Maybe you're getting drunk on stream. Maybe you're just dressing up and playing games with people. If everybody else that is doing the same thing as you is doing that, then why is someone going to say, I'm going to come back to your channel every time when I can go anywhere and get that content? And that's the problem content creators don't want to acknowledge. I'll see a lot of streamers try to use gimmicks, quick ways to grow fast, such as the most popular one that happened, which was trendy, was the hot tub streams. Guess what happens with that? Somebody starts it, they get a lot of growth, everybody else sees that that person's being successful, so instead of creating their own thing, they decide, we're just going to copycat and try to ride your coattails. So everybody else starts doing hot tub streams. They start seeing an influx of growth. They're like, yes, finally, people are noticing me. And then more, and then more, and then even more content creators are doing the hot tub streams. Now you're oversaturated. Now you're nobody special. Now your numbers are starting to drop again because you haven't done a darn thing to make your content stand out from the others who are doing the same content. Now those viewers are going to be like, well, this person does hot tub streams, let's say, but this person here is at least has a better personality, so I'm going to go watch them instead. Or maybe this person here has done their own little spin on it and have made it even better. I'm going to go watch them now. If you're just going to be that stagnant, boring person who can't revolutionize your own content, and all you can do is pigeon everybody else, copycat everybody else, then stop crying about how your channel isn't growing, because that's your own fault for not doing anything innovative and just copying everybody else. You also need to diversify your content. I see a lot of content creators that just stick to Twitch, or maybe they'll only stick to YouTube. And then when that doesn't work out for them, they whine. And then they maybe will jump to a different platform that's smaller so that they can try to get fast growth because it won't be as competitive. But then they'll complain that they're not getting anywhere because the platform's too small and there's no more growth because all the people that are there, they already have, and nobody else is joining that platform. So then what happens? Then they whine, and then they come back to Twitch or YouTube, and then they complain that they lost their momentum when they're the one that chose to go that route anyway. If you're serious about this content creation, You have to stick it out. It's not going to be an easy, we're going to get to the top. That's another problem with content creators. They seem to think when they come into this industry that it's simple. It's easy. Anybody can do it. I just got to have a nice camera and I can sit here, look pretty, or have really good skill in a game, and that's all it takes. But you guys are so wrong. It takes so much more than just sitting in front of a camera playing a video game or dressing a certain way. You're not going to succeed, all right? You need to put yourself out there in more than one avenue. Don't only stream video games, let's say, on Twitch. Maybe create another type of content on social media, or create a different kind of content on YouTube. For me, I do podcasting, and I do video game streams, and I do social media. I have my own merch line. I have diversified my brand, and the brand is you. You are your brand. But if all you're going to do is just sit there in front of the camera playing a video game, twiddling your thumbs playing a video game, and you're not engaging, or you're just sitting there being boring, or just not entertaining at all, and then you're going to sit there and cry, oh, well, no one's watching me. It's too tough to be a streamer because I'm black. Stop. It has nothing to do with you being black. Stop it. It's the fact to do with your quality of your content is lacking. I'll see content creators who just sit there and play games. They don't talk. I'll see content creators who will have terrible audio, or I'll see content creators that have terrible cameras or no camera at all. And I will say there are successful content creators on Twitch that are no cam streamers. But in order to pull off being a no cam streamer, you have to have a very personable personality. You have to be able to be easy to talk to and engage with, and you have to have good communication skills so that way you can keep people entranced in what you're doing since they can't see you. A lot of people don't put the camera on for legitimate reasons. Maybe they don't feel confident. Maybe they have anxiety. These are all things that I had when I first started. I didn't feel comfortable being on camera. I started off as a no-cam streamer. I built up my confidence, and eventually I moved up to start doing cameras. It takes time. I'm not saying, hey, you have to have a camera on if you want to be successful. I'm saying that if you're not comfortable doing what you're doing, and you're not going to work hard to overcome your own obstacles, you're not going to get anywhere. Those are limitations that you have to overcome. If you're socially awkward, guess what? No one's going to want to watch you if you're going to sit there and you're not comfortable talking. There are people who have legitimate disabilities for speech impediments and things. That's one thing. But if you don't have those and you're just awkward on camera, people don't want to watch that. Don't blame your race or your gender or your sexuality for you failing. Take ownership of the fact that you maybe need to take some classes in public speaking. Or maybe you need to take some classes in acting so you can overcome your obstacles of, talking and engaging people on camera. Good coaching. It helps out. Still be yourself on camera, but the classes could be very beneficial to some people if they're having a hard time talking to people on camera. A lot of people suffer from anxiety. Understandable. Not everybody feels comfortable being on camera. It's understandable. But if you know that that's something that you cannot overcome, then maybe this isn't the right thing for you to be doing. Or if you still are dead set, this is what I want to do, I'm passionate about it, then you need to find out other things that are your strengths that you can bring to the forefront. That way people don't notice the fact that maybe you have anxiety, you don't want to be in camera. That way your content can still excel. And people aren't just looking at content that isn't doing anything and the person is just super awkward and whatnot. Okay? You need to better yourself so you can improve your content instead of blaming everybody else. It's nobody else's fault that you're failing but your own. No one's stealing your views. You are just not doing enough to earn those views. And that's the hard part. You have to earn those views. You don't deserve them. They're not your right. A lot of these younger content creators think they're entitled to all these things. You're not entitled to anything. You have to work hard like anybody else in any other industry. You can't just hop in and be a success. It's just absolutely BS. Any industry out there, there's not a single career you could pick where you're instantly going to be the top 1% day one of starting. None. You have to build up your brand or your resume, your skills, whatever, over time to show that you are worth what you think you're worth. You have to prove your worth. No one's going to just give you a free handout, yet everybody wants to keep asking for free handouts because they think they're entitled to it. That's not the way. The next thing I want to show quick is this. This woman here, the same day she made these 2 tweets, the same day. So her first tweet is, just want to remind all POCCCs exactly what the top looks like on Twitch after 6 years. It is incredibly hard to gain viewership as a Black creator on this platform, and no matter how hard you work, they'll put you on a billboard in February, then say thanks for playing. I gotta break this down. Growing on Twitch is definitely hard. It takes work. It takes dedication. Like I said, nothing is easy. No career path is going to be easy. You have to work for it. She done it for 6 years. It's great. Like I said, I've been doing it for 6 years, and I still haven't achieved everything I want to achieve in it. I've gotten a lot farther than I ever thought I'd get, but now that I've achieved that, I want to see how much further I can take it. Plays the race card and saying it's because she's Black that she had such a hard time growing. Has nothing to do with you being Black. Hard for everyone. Now, I will say there's truth to her going on about the whole billboard in February. Companies will do marketing ploys during Black History Month or during Pride Month or what have you to trick you into thinking that they give a crap about you. Newsflash, companies don't give a damn about you. All they care about is your money. And if you are too simple-minded to understand that and you feed into it, so when Black History Month comes around and all of a sudden you want to start liking and retweeting all these companies who are talking about how great it is that it's Black History Month, you're just feeding into it. They don't give a damn about you. All they care about is the fact that you are engaging their tweets and that you're buying their stuff, especially in Pride Month. That's the month that all the companies can make special merchandise with the pride flag on it and make a crap ton of money in a very short amount of time, and because you're all freaking suckers for it. They don't care about you. They don't give a crap if you're gay or lesbian or trans or anything. All they care about is whether or not you're going to buy their stupid shirt that month. They're not falling for it. You know, people saying that they see it as an honor to be the Black creator for Black History Month. How is that an honor? You're just the token Black person that they picked that month so they can look like they're a great company, when in reality, they don't give a shit about you. All you're doing is building up their company's image for free. While you are over here working hard on your craft, you're building them up for free. And then you'll go and you'll buy their merchandise, and the people who watch you are going to buy their merchandise. They just suckered you, and used your supporters. And you can only blame yourself for backing them up. And yeah, you guys are fantastic. Thank you for, giving a damn about me this month. No. You guys gotta stop falling for that nonsense. So I will give her credit for calling that out, because there's truth there. That's truth. There's definitely truth there. But when it comes down to the fact that it's hard to get viewership after 6 years because she's Black, that's bull. It has nothing to do with her color of her skin. It has to do with the quality of her content through those 6 years. And then, the same day, she posts this. Hey Twitch, I've been here for 6 years, pioneered a new genre, never was banned, and I'm one of the largest female Black content creators with a 3,500 plus viewers. Can I get a 70-30 rev split, or recognition, or a platform deal, or maybe a front page, or a partner manager? And then, Twitch sends the little legal thing or whatever. The same day, that she was just complaining about how hard it is to grow in 6 years because she's black. She then goes and brags about how she has over 3.5 thousand plus viewers. Clearly, it has something to do with you being black. Nothing to do with you being black. That is successful to the majority of content creators on Twitch. Majority of content creators on Twitch quit within the first year. The majority of content creators are affiliates that average less than 10 viewers. And that has nothing to do with what race they are. That goes to all content creators on Twitch. Twitch doesn't care what race you are. It's equally hard for everybody. But you want to play a race card again? Because it was hard for you to succeed in 6 years? I think the fact that you got to 3.5 thousand viewers in 6 years is a wonderful accomplishment. You should be proud of what you've achieved. But no, that's not good enough. Now, you're going to start making demands and thinking that you're entitled to stuff, right? You're not entitled to anything. Twitch is a tool. They don't owe you anything. They are just giving you the tools so you can create your content. Your content is your product, okay? You yourself are a business. And if you don't see yourself as a business, that's another reason why you're probably failing. You are a business. They are just the tool to allow you to work your business. It is up to you as a self-employed business owner, essentially, to do what it takes to grow your business, grow your brand, hire people so you can delegate tasks so you can make your content better so you're not getting burnt out. Now, yes, granted, when you're first starting out, you're not going to be able to hire people. But if you work really hard at your content to make it stand out and be entertaining to watch, you're going to grow because people are going to want to keep watching you. And that's going to bring in the revenue so that you can then hire people. Majority of the content creators I watch on YouTube are black content creators. And they've all hit over 100,000 subs in under 2 years. All of them. But yeah, you want to say it's so hard for content creators who are black to succeed. No, it's not. It's hard for content creators in general to succeed because it's an oversaturated market. But if you are really good at your job, you are going to rise above those that suck. It's simple. Now, the 70-30 rev split, this is a big controversy with Twitch. Twitch does take a huge percentage of the revenue that the creators make, as is their right. They're the ones giving you the tools and all the special perks that come with it. It's all theirs. You're the one sitting there telling people, hey, if you believe in what I'm doing, put your money invested here. Instead of telling them to invest their money in you. You can opt to get people to send you money via PayPal. This way, you're not losing that huge split. You could opt to use other networks, like Streamloots, for example. Streamloots only takes, I think it's like 20%. I'm not confident on that number, but I know that you get the majority share if people subscribe to you through Streamloots. That's one example. So if you want to complain that Twitch is taking all your money, then stop using them to get money and have people invest elsewhere so that they can further support you and you can get what you believe that you're working for. Again, this is people wanting to complain about the problem. Okay? They complain about the problem. The solution is over here. PayPal or other platforms that give you a higher revenue split. But you don't want to acknowledge those. Instead, you want to sit there and focus on the problem and whine about it. Go to the solution. You can cancel your affiliate so people can't sub to Twitch, and you can encourage them all to just use your PayPal or go to Streamloots or wherever else that you prefer that gives you what you feel is right for you, instead of complaining about the one that isn't content creator friendly. You know what I mean? It's like, what's the point of complaining about the one when you have better solutions over here? Just use the better solutions. Stop whining about the one that failed you. If enough people stop using the one that's failing them, and they start going to the better options, that creates competition, and these guys are going to want to, compete better and fix their policies so that they stop losing people. Basic business 101, front page. Just because you are partnered doesn't mean you deserve to be on front page. I've seen partnered streamers that average 10 viewers. Partner doesn't mean anything. If you want to be front page, maybe be better at being a business person and maybe make your own website. Be front page on your own website. Stream directly to your own website. Have people then donate directly to PayPal on your own website. And then you can then share that content on YouTube and Twitch and wherever, because like I said, you can cancel that affiliate. You don't have to keep that. If you choose to keep it, that's your choice. But there's lots of other options out there. I have my own website for my podcast. It's not that complicated. You could even, put content on other places like Locals, Patreon, whatever you want to use. Which goes again to diversifying yourself instead of just being a one-trick pony and then cry because you're the one-trick pony and no one wants to watch you because there's 500,000 other one-trick ponies out there to choose from. But I just find it to be kind of a slap in the face that this person who has achieved greatness at 3.5 thousand viewers, right? And they have the little check mark there for Twitter, right? Look at this. 128,000 followers on Twitter. So you are a success. In many people's eyes, you are a success. This is what people strive to get. But you still want to play the race card and saying that it's too hard for Black creators to succeed. When you are a Black creator who has succeeded. What are you talking about? You are a success story. Ridiculous. There are other people in other industries that have to invest over 6 years to even get noticed. Because they have to go through that much extra education. And you're going to complain when you've already succeeded so much? And you can only keep going from there as long as you keep working hard at what you're doing. It's just more of the whole thing where people are just ungrateful. If you're hard at working at being a content creator and you're doing a good job and you're growing like this individual, and then you have the nerve to say it's hard for you because you're Black, get out of here. Get out of here. Like I said, most Twitch content creators quit within the first year. And those that keep going, most of them will not see over a 10 average viewership. Doesn't matter what any identity politics you want to pick. Whether you're Black, white, brown, gay, trans, American, not American, none of that matters. Everybody has the same struggle, and only you, have the power to grow based on your own creativity, motivation, passion, work ethic. These are all the things that come into play. How good is your personality? If you're just a miserable person on camera, maybe you're just someone who just sits there and you complain about stuff, or you attack companies or fans of certain things, and you're just a person that all you do is complain and yell all the time. Why would anybody want to support someone who's miserable? People want to invest in people who are confident, who have a good head on their shoulders, good morals, someone that they can live up to, good role models. Companies want to give recognition to the people who are marketable. If you're someone who sits there and every other word is a cuss word, you're not marketable. You ought to be marketable. And that's another problem that a lot of content creators can't grasp. They think they can just sit on camera, cuss, insult people over, voice chat in a video game, and they think they're going to make it big. Most companies don't want to be associated with that. Make yourself marketable. Yeah, this astonishes me how far we've fallen as a society. Over 5 years ago, people got along pretty well in comparison to how they have been recently. Racism has always been around, but it was never something that you could just constantly pick out. The last 5 years, it's been on a huge increase. And everybody wants to attack white people and blame white people for it. But guess what? every single race has the tendency and the ability to be racist. It's not just a white problem. Black people are racist. Oh yeah, I said it. Black people are racist. Hispanic and Latino people are racist. Middle Easterners, racist. Asians, racist. There is not a single race on this planet that doesn't have racism breeding within. It's not going anywhere. Everybody wants to try to strive for this utopia image about how racism is magically going to go away. It's never going to go away, people. It's something we've lived with since time began. And if you're going to keep pulling race cards because you feel like you deserve special privileges, then you're just going to keep making it worse. I'm just calling for people to stop it. Work on your own craft. Work hard at your craft. Innovate your craft. Expand your craft. That's what you need to be focused on. Just can't believe people. I just can't believe people. This is another thing. Gaining while black. Like, why is this even a thing? Everybody wants to go on about how you need, empowerment. I mean, then be empowered. Be proud of yourself for who you are. Why does your skin color make you feel powerful? People like to claim that white people are powerful. I don't think I'm better than anyone. I'm not creating gaming while white because it sounds freaking stupid. And if I created gaming while white, everybody else would call me out for being a racist. So why is it okay for everybody else to get a free pass? Huh? That's a black privilege right there. You can go and make all these racist communities and get away with it. But if a white person did it, oh no, we'd be ostracized real quick. It's just BS. I'm sick of this nonsense. All right. This is another one that just gets under my skin and further fuels segregation and racism. People recognize black content creators. Why? Maybe I want to recognize content creators who I find entertaining. Why should I recognize you because you're black? How about you just make great content I want to watch and let that speak for itself? I'm not going to watch you because you're black. I'm going to watch you because your content is good. Recognize black streamers. I don't even know why that's there. That's redundant. That's the same thing as a content creator. The next one. Recognize black chefs. Why? Are they good at their job? They make good food? Do they have good hygiene? So I know my food's not getting cross-contaminated? As long as they're good at their job, then yeah, I will have no problem going to a restaurant and having a black chef prepare my food. But I'm not about to go to a restaurant because the chef is black. That's racist. Recognize black musicians. Again, is their music good? Do they have good messages that resonate with me that I want to listen to? Do I like their genre? I'm not going to just listen to their music because they're black. That's racist. Let their music speak for themselves. I don't understand why you need special recognition when literally you have entire genres. Your culture has your own music. What more recognition do you need other than the fact that you have created your own stuff within your culture? But that's not good enough, is it? Get out of here. Recognize black artists. Again, is their art good? Is it something I'm going to want to buy and put in my home? Or save on my computer if they do digital art? Because if their art looks like shit, I don't give a shit if they're black. I'm not going to look at it. Recognize black business owners. Again, this is another one that bothers the heck out of me. Why should I recognize a business owner because they're black? How about this? How about that said business owner? How about if your business is a good business and you sell products that I want to buy, how about, yo, I really like the products you make. Maybe you make really cool clothing, or maybe you make jewelry, or maybe you make makeup, or maybe you have a restaurant. If your product can speak for itself, then hell yeah, I'm going to come to your business and I'm going to be a patron. But you best believe I'm not about to go and look up, is this business owned by a black person? Because if they're not owned by a black person, I'm not going. That's racist, people. Come on, wake up. Let the products show you how good of a business owner you are. and people will then want to buy your products. Stop pulling the race card. Recognize black excellence. Like, what do you need? Do you need every single person in the history of people who are black to get a medal? You serious? We have excellent people on this planet from all races that don't get medals, that may not be, noticed by the public for the things they do. Doesn't mean they're not excellent at what they do. We have masters of their craft that most of us will never know about, because maybe we just don't look into that. Do you know who the absolute best surgeons are? No. Number one scientists across the world? In every country? No. Do you know who the number one CEO in Nigeria? I don't know. Pick a place. Do you know who they are? Because if you're not actively searching, then why should we give a shit? Why do you need a medal just to make you feel better about yourself? How about you just be proud of what you've achieved, Do things for you. If you graduate college and you get a degree, that is excellence that you achieved on your own. You don't need the world to acknowledge that. If you get promoted in your career, that's based on the excellence of the work you've done. You don't need the world to acknowledge you. If you work hard and you become a lawyer or a doctor or a judge or a mayor, which, as we all know, we got plenty of black people in those fields in the US. But guess what? You don't need the world to acknowledge that. Own what you have accomplished. All that matters is that you care about what you've achieved, and that maybe your closest loved ones care, like your significant other. That's all that matters. Be happy about what you've done for yourself. Stop caring what other people care about. They don't matter. This is just stop it. I support content creators and businesses and all factors in life. I support everything without ever once have I ever had to go and search to see if a specific race was doing it. Not once. Like I said, I watch a lot of black YouTubers. I don't watch them because they're black. I watch them because their content is fantastic. I watch people on Twitch that are black. I watch people on Twitch who are white. I watch people on Twitch who are Puerto Rican. I even watch people on Twitch who are Middle Eastern. I watch someone who's from Manila, but not once did I look them up based on their race. I don't give a crap what race the person is, as long as they're good at what they're doing. And that's how everybody should do it. Just watch stuff you like. Stop identity politics. Stop it. You don't need to support somebody because they're black. Support them because they're good at what they're doing. This is just getting ridiculous, and it gets me very, very upset, because you just see this more and more on social media and within all facets of life, and it needs to stop. It really does need to stop. It's like, just be good at what you do and be proud of your accomplishments. There's not really much more I can say about that. And if you're proud of what you are doing and you're proud of your own accomplishments, that is empowerment. You don't need special empowerment because of the color of your skin or your sexual orientation or your gender. I gotta throw that one in there too. Women empowerment. Get out of here. What has that woman done? I'm not gonna just empower her because she's a woman. What has she done? She a good person? Or is she a piece of crap that beats babies or something? Should I care about her just because she's a woman? You see what I'm getting at? Like, this is stupid. This idea is stupid. People need to stop that. Gender, sexual orientation, race, all of this identity politics stuff does not make you special. You just want to act like you're more special because of X, Y, and Z. All right, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Just a Glimpse. It was definitely a hot take. If you enjoyed it, please share the show with your friends and family. Word of mouth is powerful, and let's get the word out there and let's fight for change, because only we have the power to change. That's not going to happen if we keep fueling the problems that exist. We need to actually find solutions to these problems and stop just waiting for somebody else to fix the problem. or blaming everybody else for the problems. Let's fight for change. This has been another exciting episode of Just a Glimpse. If you enjoyed it, please share it with your friends and family. See you all next time, and don't forget to check out my social media. Links in the information section.